right, good morning on this Friday morning to everybody. I hope you're all exceedingly well. I'm going to give you a heads up to begin with. Obviously, you saw the Fed announcing yesterday that they are not going to be they're not going to be stimulating the economy with any more quantitative easing. So they've backed off. Obviously, the markets reacted pretty aggressively yesterday. If you're not in trades right now, you might not want to actually get into trades in the short term. Reason being is because I'm expecting some more volatility today and for the next maybe few days as well, just to see how this thing pans out. But obviously, some big falls on the US and on the UK markets yesterday. So perhaps it's a time to sit in cash and not actually be involved. So something to watch out for there. I've given you the heads up. If you are going to trade, please trade with a lot of caution because you do get big moves on both sides. Okay, so the first thing we've got up is ACY, where we've got an upward trending support line. Pretty straightforward there. Does move quite aggressively. It was quite, it sort of has passive days and then aggressive days as well. Has put in a little, quite a big doji there. I don't know how that's going to affect your risk reward ratio. Then we have MBLX. Just on that announcement, I wouldn't be surprised to see support lines and resistance lines, or possibly resistance line, more support lines than resistance lines getting taken out over the next few weeks and months. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Okay, so then we have metabolics. We have upward trending support line. Generally, I do like these because you've got the upward support line and the horizontal support line coming together. Yeah, that's generally a pretty nice looking trade. Generally speaking, if we weren't experiencing what we're experiencing at the moment. Then we have GCA with a horizontal support at 6.24. You're going to have to use obviously the low here as your stop loss. Again, a pretty spooky stock. It does move quite aggressively. Then we have HUN that actually broke its support yesterday. So it broke through the support yesterday pretty aggressively as well. Then we have EMC, Echo Mike Charlie. EMC downward trending resistance line, maybe a day late. See the move off yesterday. I bet people who are in short positions would have made a lot of money yesterday. Then we have KRA with a support line at around about the 19.10 mark. Nothing overly concerning with that. KRA, SLCA. An upward trending support line. It had a little bit of a rally yesterday actually, which is interesting, even though there was a sell-off in the overall markets. So you see, even when there are big sell-offs, there are still stocks that go up. Okay, SLCA. Then we have MRCY. Resistance line around about the 9.4 mark. Not a huge move yesterday on the stock. So resistance around about 9.4, a little bit of a rally. It actually probably opened down and then rallied back up a little bit later. Then we have SNTS with an upward trending support line. Gap down a little bit yesterday, obviously off the back of the trading. The sell-off. Then we have TG, Tango Golf. I'd say it's probably a day or two away from trading. Possibly see what happens today, possibly tomorrow as well. It did gap down, but again it closed up, which is not a bad sign, because you know, if these announcements are coming out and the market opens down and then comes back up to close higher, as you can see here, because it was an up day, so it would have gapped down and then gone to its lowest point and rallied back up. That normally shows it's got some intention of going higher, but again, that is mid-range, that trade right now. Then we're looking at PANL, which we've discussed a lot. A stock that's on the support line. I'd be very wary of this stock right now as well. You most definitely have to use a stop order because it did gap down, it did close down yesterday as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if it challenged that, try to break that support line. Then we have DSX. Upward trending stock, nice support line. It has been pretty strong on that support line, but big day yesterday, big down day yesterday. Certainly not one I would want to get in at right now, because that gap is the risk is just too big on that. Your entry point and your stop loss are too far away from each other in the context of the trade. DSX, and then we have Thor, Tango Hotel Oscar Romeo. Not a huge fan of the stock. I see it as breaking the support line here, so I don't see any reason to trade it. Then we have CellG, upward trending support line. Again, a relatively big down day yesterday. Again, upward trending stock. You are using a stop order if you need to be trading that. Again, folks, it's times like this that I have no problem with people sitting out in cash. Just not actually trading right now because of what's going on in the markets. Alcoa, who I think are involved in mining as well, if I'm not mistaken. Alcoa, possibly. Tin, copper, or miners, something like that. On that support line of 8.02. Again, I would rather you trade stocks that are not linked to commodities, because commodities obviously have an additional impact onto the stock as well as to what a general stock would have. Then we have Charlie, upward trending support line, big down day yesterday, gap down again. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a slight rally today, and the reason being is because obviously there were so many stop losses taken out yesterday as the market sold off, that you'll find some more money coming back into the market, but it's a knee-jerk reaction. Okay, so what you may find is a pullback today and then continuation down over the longer term. So interesting times ahead. CTXS. I didn't see any reason to trade this. I see a downward trending resistance line, unless you're looking at something like this, but that really is kind of reaching, I think. Not something I'd be interested in. Then we have Romeo, upward trending stock. Again, a stock that gapped down yesterday. Again, I'd be hesitant to trade it. If I was going to trade it, then you bet your bottom dollar that you are trading that with a stop order. Then we have WHR, which is Whirlpool. This was a stock that has actually, over the last few years, really, it's had times where it's really watched the support and resistance lines very well. There's actually a video on the website which shows you where I did 2,000 points in, I think it was about 6 weeks. It was just over 1 month. But that's because it did follow the support and resistance lines very well. After what happened yesterday, again, I would be very hesitant to trade this stock right now. Then we have Win. Again, a stock that's coming down to the support line. Probably not ready to trade right now because you need, obviously, give it that entry point. Then we have ACPW. Upward trending support line. No major issues there. Follows the rules. But again, you know, it's not just about following the rules with these kind of calls. It's actually being able to select the best stocks that are out there. Then we have AAP. Upward trending support line. Bounce, 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 bounce. Yep, no major surprises there. It's one we've been watching for a while. Then we have FN, Foxtrot November. Can't see a real trade to take here, unless you're talking about something like that, which I'm not excited by at all, because it's less than my 4 months that I'm looking for. 4 months in order to get into the trade. Then we have IMGN. And an upward trending support line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It's gapped down here again. These stocks are gapped down and give me some cause for concern for obvious reasons. Yeah, folks, I would say exercise extreme caution over the next, well, certainly over today if you're looking at going into trades. It's not about making quick money if you're, on the downside or anything like that. You may want to just sit in cash, manage the positions you got at the moment, and see what the markets do, and just learn the lesson. Because things, we've been talking about things getting a little bit hairy over the next couple of months and years, and I think this announcement might just have be where it started. So, hope you have a good weekend, and I will speak to you Monday morning or Monday evening. All the best. Cheers, folks. Bye.